the Chief Executive Officer, Kenya National Examination Council, and also the other CEOs of various state organizations who are here, Madam from Internal Security, who has been with us during the entire period of this exam, the Chairman, KEPSA, Mr. Nsioka, who is here, senior officials of the Ministry of Education, representatives of the unions and associations, NEC staff, and the members of the media. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning once again. When he stood at a podium like this one, 39 years ago, to release the first set of the Kenya Certificate of Primary Education examination results for the 1985 cohort, former Education Minister Peter Oruaringo could not have imagined that the KCPE story could last so long. Yet, since 1986, minister after minister, cabinet secretary after cabinet secretary, have stood here to narrate the success story of the KCPE examination, a story that will be told over and over again by many Kenyans, the majority of them products of the 844 education system that has for years served our country immensely well. No one can indeed gainsay the fact that the 844 education system has produced some of the best brains that have made our country walk tall, both academically and in the world of work, regionally and globally as well. So as I stand before Kenya today, I must make it abundantly clear that my mission is not to sing KCPE digest. Rather, I am here to celebrate and remind my fellow Kenyans that we are only transitioning from a structure of education that has served us well for 4 decades to one that will serve us even better. I must further emphasize to Kenyans that the midwives of the new shift in the education structure to the competence-based curriculum will mainly be the products of the KCPE examination, totaling 39 cohorts. Remember that a candidate who sat the KCPE examination in 1985 at the age of 14 is now aged 53 years old. If this was a teacher, he or she could now be one of our most experienced teachers, likely at the level of the head teacher. At our universities, such a professional could have risen to the level of a full professor. Indeed, this is an apt illustration of the fact that many of the professionals serving our country at every sphere are indeed products of the KCPE examination whose last results I am announcing today. So like with Oruaringo, who released the first KCPE examination results, I also feel privileged to be the one at the apex of the transition point from the KCPE examination to the Kenya Primary School Examination Assessment, which has been conducted in 2023 for only the second year. This story of the end of KCPE will not be complete, therefore, if I do not individually mention some of the special groups of people that have been part of the successes, highs and lows of the examinations that have often sparked wide celebrations in many parts of the country, celebrations that we are all but bringing to an end this year. The 4 presidents of Kenya, whose governments steered the implementation of the KCPE examinations and equipped schools successfully to ensure quality products came out of our standard 8 national examinations. 2, His Excellency President William Samoei Ruto for appointing the Presidential Working Party on Education Reforms, whose report has provided a crystal clear roadmap that will guide the transition from 844 to the CPC. Our indefatigable primary school teachers, both in private and public schools, who have year after year prepared our candidates for the KCPE examinations. 4. Field officers from both the Ministry of Education and the Teacher Service Commission who have combed every part of the country for 38 years, checking that the runners are taught well and that quality is upheld. 5. Security agencies from the Ministry of Interior and the National Administration and the Ministry of ICT who annually work to ensure security of the KCPE examination. 6. Parents who toiled and moiled to support the implementation of the primary school system and the 844, even when there were concerns of resource constraints. 7. Development partners who committed their resources to support our country in implementing their school system. The list of all those that I wish to acknowledge for their role in the success of the 844 system in the primary school level is endless. Allow me to therefore thank everyone who in one way or the other was instrumental in the success of our school system. I welcome you to extend your generous support also to the implementation of the CPC system. Allow me to register my appreciation to His Excellency the President Dr. William Ruto for leading the agenda of education in the country and for instructing me to coordinate his work at the sector level. Education embarks on each household at individual levels. It is the backbone of any country's socio-economic well-being. Our President has made all efforts to ensure that the quality of education is upheld through various initiatives instituted under his leadership. I also wish to recognize with appreciation the support accorded to the Ministry of Education by my counterparts in other government ministries, departments and agencies during the field administration of the KCPE and the ongoing KCSE examinations. This multi-agency collaboration is guided by my colleagues, Professor Kiture Kindiki and Engineer Eliud Owaro from the Ministry of Interior, and the coordination of national government and IT and digital economy cannot go unnoticed. I am proud that our country managed to deliver the KCPE examination in the face of the El Nino challenges. In some cases, it was difficult to access some of our examination centers that were cut off by the floods. Delivery of examination material to some of the 576 distribution centers countrywide was affected by the heavy rains. This necessitated use of air transport in order to ensure that all candidates successfully sat their examinations. I wish to thank all the teachers, field officers, security officers, NEC officers, and other stakeholders who braved the bad weather challenges to conclude the examinations. The fact that the 2023 KCPE examination cohort was the last under the 844 system has given the government's 100% transition policy from primary to secondary school level greater importance. We are all aware that any candidate who could fail to transition to Form 1 will not have an opportunity to repeat a class as was the case in the past, owing the end of the KCPE examination. Aware of this, the Ministry of Education ensured that all runners who were in Class 8 sat the 2023 examinations, even in cases where they had not been registered. As a result, 205 candidates who had not been registered for the KCPE examination this year took advantage of the registration waiver which I issued to sit for the examination. They are therefore among those whose results we are releasing today, and they will therefore have an opportunity to join Form 1 next year. To ensure no candidate misses out in joining Form 1 from the final 2023 KCPE examination cohort, the Ministry of Education will conduct thorough mapping of any those who may have failed to sit the examination of this year in order to administer a special examination in January 2023. The indicative figure we have at the moment for those who were not able to sit the examination is 9,354 candidates, and we have given the opportunity to sit for an examination in January so that they can also be able to join Form 1. I wish to assure the country that the government has enough capacity to accommodate all the 1,406,557 candidates who sat their KCPE examination in 2023. Therefore, all parents should take advantage of the 100% transition policy to enroll their children in Form 1. I wish to assure the country that we are fully prepared and committed to a seamless transition from the 844 system to the CPC. Many of the issues that were unclear in this transition process up to last year have now been solved through the Presidential Working Party on Education Reform report. Currently, we are preparing a sessional paper and the necessary draft legislation for submission to Parliament for consideration. Once passed, the document will anchor most of the recommendations of the Presidential Working Party report. As per plan, the first cohort of the CPC runners will transition to grade 8 in January 2024. All education indicators show that the cohort is undergoing quality learning and teaching. I wish to assure the country that all curriculum materials are in place to support the runners. One other recommendation that the Working Party made regarded the funding of public universities and our TVET institutions. The Working Party recommended the introduction of the variable scholarship and the loan funding model under which students are funded depending on their level of need. I am happy to announce that the rollout of the new funding model has been successful. Already, the Higher Education Loans Board has released the sum of $5.2 billion to first-year students in our various public universities. In a short while, we will be dispersing scholarship amounts to the universities as well as to our TVET institutions and the trainees once the necessary processing is completed. We are confident that the new funding model will gradually restore our universities and TVET institutions to a path of financial security and sustainability, thereby allowing them to focus on their core mandates of education, training, and research. Since 1985, a total of 26,067,181 candidates have been examined during the KCPE examination. I'm happy to report that the 844 period has recorded an improvement on achieving the gender parity in the education sector. In 1985, the country had a low gender parity favoring male at 59.2% and the female at 40.8%. Encouragingly, from 2013 to 2022, the country achieved near gender parity for male and female candidates. However, in the 2023 KCPE examination, the gender parity slightly shifted in favor of male at 51.30 and the female at 48.70. In the 2023 KCPE examination, there were 1,406,559 candidates who sat the KCPE examination in 28,533 examination centers across the country. Of these, there were 721,544, that is 51.30% male, and there were 685,017, which was 48.70% female candidates who sat the examination. A total of 205 candidates who were not registered were also allowed to sit for the KCPE examination, and of these, 125 were male, while 8 of them were female candidates. 10 counties had a significant entry of more male than female candidates. These were Mandera County, 62.77%, as compared to 37.23%. Garissa County, 61.47%, as compared to 38.53%. Turkana County with 57% compared to 43%. Wajir County, 56.91% compared to 43.09%. Machakos County, 52.79% compared to 47.21%. Nyamira County, 52.40% compared to 47.60%. Samburu County, 52.39% compared to 47.61%. Baringo County, 52.13% compared to 47.87%. Nandi County, 52.05% compared to 47.95%. And Makueni County, 52.03% compared to 47.9%. And other counties are Isiolo, 48.25% compared to 51.75%. And those are the counties which recorded a significant more female than male candidates. Candidates' age profiles. The counties which had the highest percentage of candidates who were 12 years and below in the 2023 KCPE examinations were Baringo, 7.30%, Wajir, 6.37%, Bomet, 5.99%, Kericho, 5.83%, and the West Pokot, 5.57%. The highest number of candidates in the KCPE examination that were in the appropriate age bracket of 13 to 15 years were 1,023,859, forming 72.31%, a trend which has been observed over the last 5 years. The counties which had the highest percentages of candidates who were 18 years and above were Garissa, 25.86%, Turkana with 24.50%, Kwara County with 16.09%, Kilifi County with 15.66%, and Mandera County with 33.90%. The performance of candidates in each and every subject was as follows. The two papers, English language and the Kenyan Sign Language, composition recorded an improvement in performance in the year 2023 compared with the year 2022, while 8 other papers, English composition, Kiswahili Insa, Kenya Sign Language, Mathematics, Science, Social Studies, and Religious Education, recorded a slight drop in performance in the year 2023 compared to the year 2022. In terms of gender, the performance of male and female candidates was comparable in social studies and religious education. However, female candidates performed slightly better than their male counterparts in English language, Kiswahili, and the Kenya Sign Language. Male candidates performed slightly better than their female counterparts in mathematics and sciences. And in the 2023 KCPE examination, 80,523 candidates, which is 0.60%, attained a score of 400 marks and above. This was a drop compared with the 2022 KCPE examination when 9,443 candidates, which was 0.76%, scored 400 marks and above. The percentage of candidates scoring between 300 and 399 was comparable to last year with a percentage score of 24.94%, which translated into 307,756 candidates in 2022, and 24.92%, which translated into 352,782 candidates in 2023. The full summary is as follows. 400 to 500 mark, the number was 8,525 candidates, which translates to a percentage of 0.60. 300 to 399 marks, and the total number who scored that was 352,782, which was 24.92%. 200 to 299 marks, the number of candidates who were in that category was 658,278, which was 48.49%. 100 to 199 marks, the number of candidates in that category was 383,025, translating into 27.05%. The ones who scored between 001 to 099 were 2,060 candidates, which formed 0.15%. The number, therefore, total number that sat the examination was 1,406,557, translating into 99.34%, which there were 9,000 who never did the examination, and we have given them the opportunity to come and do the exam. The highest score this year was 428 marks. 428 marks is the highest score for this year. I wish to commend the candidates and all officials for ensuring that the integrity and the credibility of the 2023 KCPE examination remained high. Only 2 candidates out of the total 1,406,557 were involved in examination malpractices during the 2023 KCPE examination. One of the candidates was found with unauthorized notes in the examination room, while the other candidate was found with a mobile phone in the examination room. As I've already said, the ministry will offer Form 1 placement opportunities to all the candidates who sat the 2023 KCPE examination in our public and the private secondary schools. Already the ministry has developed a fair and transparent system for Form 1 placement that will ensure national, regional, and socioeconomic balance is achieved. The placement process will start on Monday, the 27th November 2023, and conclude within a period of 2 weeks. This will allow parents and guardians adequate time to prepare their children to join Form 1 in the year 2024. I therefore urge parents, guardians, and all stakeholders to ensure that all our runners transit to secondary school level so as to complete their basic education, which is critical to their survival and also beneficial for the country's development and growth. The 2023 KCPE examination candidates are urged to correct their results from their respective examination centers. Individual candidate results can also be accessed by sending a candidate index number followed by the initials KCPE through a short message service SMS to 40054. This service will be available immediately after this event. I repeat again, individual candidates results can also be accessed by sending a candidate's index number followed by the initials KCPE through a short message service, SMS, to 40054. The service will be available immediately after this event. It is now my humble duty and privilege to declare the 2023 KCPE examination results officially released. I wish all candidates success in their future endeavors. Thank you and God bless you.